All right. 13 love, 13 knowledge, 13 wisdom, 13 respect. This is your creation 13. Lucid dreaming. What is this? How do you define it? How do you observe it? And what are you looking for? If you do discover that you're dreaming, that's what I discovered when I was dreaming, right? You know, I always heard about lucid dreaming uh, when I had my awakening and realized that I've lucid dreamed before. And basically, it just means that you're aware that you're sleeping, right? You're aware that you're in between two realms. You're in between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, or an alternate reality altogether. I have come to that conclusion that is some kind of alternate reality, whether it be you as a soul, right? Your essence is that of a soul. It could be that of the imagination. Whatever it is, lucid dreaming is very interesting and unique. And quite a few times when I caught myself uh, realizing I was lucid dreaming, I was like, whoa, I'm dreaming. What's going on? What can I do when I'm lucid dreaming? And that's basically what I did. I started training myself to to remember I'm dreaming. Right? That was like the code word. Oh, I'm dreaming. Let's see what I can do in this realm or in this reality. And there's a couple things that I would do. I could fly. I could float. Um, and I was very observant. I was like, all right, I'm dreaming. Let's check this realm out. Let's check this reality out. And that's what I did, man, through, because I could levitate. I would literally just hold my hands down and then I would just, pew, just start levitating. And then I'd eventually be able to fly high in the sky and things of that nature. And there's this one time where I was lucid dreaming. I was dreaming that I was at my parents' house. It was nighttime. I was like, oh, hey, I'm dreaming. So I started flying up in the air like Superman style and was flying around and checking things out. And I saw this portal. Um, it was kind of like just different rainbowy colors, blue and green and orange and things like that. And it was a portal. And I was like, oh man, I want to go to that portal. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, am I lucid dreaming or what am I doing here? So I was like, all right, well, let me check the town first. I want to check out that portal. And here's the kicker. So when you're lucid dreaming, you want to go check something out, you go check it out because when whatever it is, whoever runs this mainframe, this program, when they realize that you're where you're dreaming, they throw you distractions to get you back asleep, to get you back into the dream state, right? No, I don't know who or what they are or whatever it is. When you're where you're dreaming and you're lucid, these mainframe characters or guardians, whatever they are, they distract you. So they create these realities. So your reality is changing in your dreams, distracting you. And because you're programmed, just like in this reality, because you're programmed to be aware, observant of a situation, you fall into this storyline, right? Just like with the dream state, it's a storyline of some kind. So you could kind of fall asleep and experience that dream because you're not supposed to realize you're dreaming. And that's what I did, and that's what happened to me. Is while I was scouting the town, I was like, all right, I'll check that portal out later. I had forgotten that portal was there because I got so distracted with the dream. And then I woke up and I was like, oh man, I wonder what the heck was in that portal. And I had two lucid dreams with the portal, and I missed out twice, right? But I do kind of wonder too, though, if what happens if you enter that portal. I was talking to my daughter. She's like, Dad, if you went to that portal, you could have died. It could have been that portal to the afterlife. I was like, yeah, you could be right about that, but I don't know. I was just really curious because I'm like, does it lead to a different dimension? Is it what my daughter said? Would I cross over to another life? It was interesting. It was interesting. And this other dream that stood out to me, because I had quite a few lucid dreams. A lot of them just had to do with me levitating, going to different realms, trying to visit different people that I knew on Facebook, knew on the internet realm, just visiting them. But this other one I had to do with doors. It had to do with doors. So every time I'd open up a door, right, because I was like, oh, I'm lucid. So I'd open up this door and then I would go into this different reality or this different set, like a TV series, right? They got sets. So when they film a bar scene, that's a set. When they film a a bar or a house or something, that's a different set. And that's what it was. Every time I opened up a door, it was a different set, a different scenery with different situations. And I was aware I was lucid and I was dreaming. I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. I'm going to open up this doorway. Okay, well, what's going on here? I experienced some things. I'm like, oh man, don't forget you're lucid dreaming. So I'd open up this other door and go walk into a different set or different scenery. But there was always something that was distracting me. There was people that was following me too, as well as I was interacting with these people. I'm like, oh hey, follow me. I'm lucid dreaming. Let's see what happens here. And it was very continuous of these lucid dreams. But I would catch myself because I'd fall back to sleep into that program, into that dream state again. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm lucid dreaming. Wake up. And continue to explore. And that's basically my encounters with lucid dreaming is I'm very observant and aware. And here's a cool one. I just remembered this. I was getting advanced in lucid dreaming, like I was paying attention more and more. And what ended up happening is I ended up shooting up realms, right? Shooting up realms of reality. And as I was shooting up through these realms, I was just flying up high into the sky. I was in the sky, and I landed on this island, and these people were telling me, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." I was like, "Well, I'm here, aren't I?" They're like, "Okay." So it was kind of like a rock setting. It was very like there was trees, and it was very a beautiful scenery. It felt heavenly, like, right? And there was this stream of water throughout as well, right? Because it was all like granite style rock or whatever it may be. And I was following the river stream, and I noticed that there was a waterfall, lots of water and everything. And I was just paying attention to detail, looking at the beautiful sky and things like that, and just talking to these beings. Don't really remember the conversation. All I know is that I wasn't supposed to be there. But it was very beautiful and very interesting. And it just shows you the potentials of whatever that is. Whatever these dreams are, whether you're traveling through portals, whether you're astral traveling, it's hard to say, but there is something there. If you can remember these experiences and encounters, especially if they stick out to you, it becomes real because it's your experience. Whether you're in this physical reality or in the dream state, it's real. And you remember it, and it becomes part of your reality. It becomes part of your book of life. And it's important to observe and pay attention to those situations. And don't observe things for what you perceive they are, but observe them as programs and see what they are showing you or what they're telling you or what they're distracting you with. Just like I said earlier, is that when I was lucid, these beings or the mainframe or programs or guardians, whatever it was trying to distract me to get me back asleep, because you're not supposed to be aware you're sleeping, right? It's very, very interesting. And I figured I'd share that because I had somebody ask me about lucid dreaming, and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and just share some of my experiences. And it's really hard to say about a lot of these things with lucid dreaming and astral projection. I do feel that some people's astral projections end up being remote viewing. So if you look at remote viewing is actually being able to go to a place. Say I wanted to go to Japan, I could actually see everything, see the details, see the environments, and I could name everything, name a street sign, whatever it is. That would be excuse me, that would be man, my mind went blank right there. Uh, oh man, I can't think of what it's called. Holy cow! But it's not astral projection. It's remote viewing. Excuse me, remote viewing. That was weird. And see, and that's what you got to pay attention to. When you lose your state of mind, something's kicking in. It's like, no, you can't say that. Um, you're not supposed to be talking about that. So it's very interesting. Something comes in right there. But remote viewing is realizing that you can see things and you can recognize everything in real time in your physical reality. Astral travel gets into murky waters because you don't know if it's reality, if it's fantasy, if it's just part of the dream state. You don't know. That's where remote viewing comes in handy, because if you can go to a person's house and you can say, hey, your book was on this table, your I saw a piece of clothes on the floor, or your bed was a mess, or you had some dishes in the sink, and what color were they? Right, that would be remote viewing, detail for detail, right? And that's what we got to pay attention to when we see these things, because I feel a lot of people don't really understand what lucid dreaming is, what astral travel is, and what man, I don't know why I keep forgetting what that is. Remote viewing. What remote viewing is. Those three things are very important, and to be observant about those. That will help you distinguish realities as a whole, because the physical reality is reality, but it is many realities, many different dimensions, based upon your vibrational frequency. You're going to interact with the same people at times, but different versions of themselves in the physical reality. And it's the same with the dream state. You're going through many different dimensions, and there's a lot of different situations that happen through dream time. Astral travel, remote viewing, like I said, is part of the physical reality, and you go through different situations and scenarios as well. So hopefully that helps people in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's hard to really discuss this stuff, but I think I tried to make it as simple as I could. But if you got any questions, concerns, let me know. But yeah, just remember, lucid dreaming, astral projection is one and the same for the most part. Remote viewing is the most important thing to realize. If you can actually go to somebody's house and pay attention to the details without actually being there, that's remote viewing. That's not astral traveling. The astral plane does get interesting too, same with the dream state. You never want to leave your body. That's one of the key things. Now, I think automatically we do at times, depending on where we're at in our dream state. But as a whole, you want to make sure you maintain in your body, because otherwise other entities can come in and take control, right? And make sure your shield over your body weak, so other things can come in as well. So there's a lot of things, a lot of different factors. People don't pay attention to the little details of things, right? Because it just depends on how simple you are or how aware you are as well, right? There's nothing wrong with where you're at, but just paying attention to those little details will help you in the long run, and will help you continue to mature and grow within your spiritual journey as well. So yeah, so I could talk forever. I want to make it short. So love yourself. Keep shining bright. Got any questions, concerns, let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later.